13 animals that can live without their head. Nature can sometimes be confusing because animal species have unusual abilities and specialties. Do you know some animals can live without their heads? How's that possible? We'd share them with you guys. Grab some popcorn and sit tight. Number 13, octopus. Octopuses are famous for their intelligence, and most of their 130 million IQ-boosting neurons are found along their 8 tentacles rather than in their brains. Researchers believe that this enables octopuses to become the ultimate multitaskers. In one experiment, researchers severed the tentacles of euthanized octopuses, chilled them in water for an hour, and still got a split-second response when probing the severed limbs. Another study discovered that when a severed limb comes across a piece of food, it'll grab it and try to move it toward a phantom octopus's mouth. That's weird, but it's true. Number 12, cockroaches. Cockroaches are notorious for their tenacity and are frequently cited as the most likely survivors of a nuclear war. Some even claim to be able to function without their heads. It turns out that these amateur exterminators and their professional counterparts are correct. Headless roaches can live for weeks on end. Cockroaches do not have blood pressure like humans. They don't have a massive network of blood vessels like humans, or tiny capillaries that require a lot of pressure to flow blood through, Kenkel explains. They have an open circulatory system with much lower pressure. After you cut their heads off, their necks would very often seal off just by clotting, he adds. There isn't any uncontrollable bleeding. Number 11, chicken. On September 10th, 1945, farmer Lloyd Olson of Fruita, Colorado, was about to eat dinner with his mother-in-law when his wife sent him to the yard to bring back a chicken. Mike, a 5.5-month-old from Window chicken, was chosen by Olson. The axe cut through most of the head but missed the jugular vein, leaving one ear and most of the brainstem intact. Despite Olson's failed attempt to behead Mike, the chicken managed to balance on a perch and walk awkwardly. He tried to preen, peck for food, and crow but had little success. His crowing was a gurgling sound in his throat. When Mike did not die, Olson decided to take care of the bird. He fed it milk and water with an eyedropper and small grains of corn and worms. Number 10, mantis. The praying mantis's brain, located in its head, regulates inhibition, while a ganglion in the abdomen regulates copulation motions. Unlike most vertebrates, which have the central nervous system encased in the skull and spinal column, some motor functions in insects are delegated to ganglia located outside the head. This is true even for ants with several ganglia, brain assistants, running along with their bodies. Scientists discovered that the behavior is important during reproduction because females who eat their mates lay more eggs than those who don't, 88 and 37 eggs respectively. The difference may not be significant, but there is a silver lining for males who consume. Number 9, frog. A frog with a head but no brain behaves very similar to a frog with perfect gray matter. If you turn it upside down, it'll right itself. If you pinch its feet, it'll hop away. And if you put it in water, it'll swim to the side and climb out. And perhaps most disturbingly, if you stroke its back, it'll croak contentedly. Frogs have pain receptors and pathways that help process and perceive noxious stimuli, but they're also less well organized than mammals. The pain was long thought to be restricted to the higher phylums of the animal kingdom. Number 8, snapping turtle. Snapping turtles are warriors. Even though their heads are their only body part, they can strike and defend themselves for hours. Snapping turtles have sharp beaks that can cause severe injuries and can still attack even when their bodies are missing. A recent catch raised this question, in which Google provided no satisfactory answers. Snappers appear to be immortal after being decapitated. For example, even after the heart was removed, it continued to beat for 5 hours on its own. The head continued to bite, and the body reacted angrily to the cleaning. The neck, for example, would simulate a bite to a specific area. This was very disturbing and went on for hours because cleaning a large snapper takes a long time. Number 7, fruit flies. Female fruit flies have an undiscovered talent. They can sing like males. All you have to do is activate one gene and sever their heads. The females with no heads and who sing have been dubbed flypods. These decapitated flies flutter their wings to produce a male mating song, which is an important part of courtship. As strange as it may appear, the results suggest that males and females have much in common. The ability to act like a male is lurking in females, presumably vice versa, according to Jerome Eisenbach, a neuroscientist at the University of Oxford who led the study. Number 6. Wolf eel. Wolf eels can survive without a head. They're still alive because cold-blooded animals have low metabolic rates, and when you decapitate them and cut off the flow of blood to their brain and jaw muscles, the brain and jaw muscles still have enough oxygen reserves to function for an extended period of time. You can find quite disturbing and horrifying videos on YouTube of various decapitated reptiles that are clearly alive and responsive to stimuli, despite the recent loss of all their organs from the neck down. A man who decapitated a pet python had a veterinarian testify in court that the python would have remained alive and suffering for up to an hour afterwards. Number 5. Snake. Snakes are beautiful and mysterious creatures with an undeserved bad reputation. Some people have grown to fear these magnificent creatures, but they have more reasons to fear us than we do them. Most are forcibly removed from their homes and are frequently hunted down deep in the jungles of Indonesia and Malaysia. When they're apprehended, their heads are frequently forced down and severed with a machete. Others have had their heads nailed to a tree and their skins gradually peeled away. Snakes, due to their slow metabolisms, remain conscious and capable of feeling pain and fear long after they've been decapitated. Number 4. Salamander. Salamanders are nocturnal and typically more active during cool times of the day. They lounge under rocks or trees to keep cool during the day. They come out at night to eat. According to the San Diego Zoo, their bright, colorful skin warns predators to stay away. Many salamanders have glands on their necks or tails that secrete a sour or poisonous liquid. During an attack, some species can shed their tails and regrow a new one. The axolotl, an aquatic salamander, can regrow limbs lost in predator fights. Number 3. Starfish. Over 2,000 different species of starfish exist. These unique marine animals come in various colors, shapes, and sizes. Starfish, also known as sea stars, are among the most beautiful creatures in the ocean. They have unusual anatomy, with no brain or blood, but they can digest food outside their body. One of the most useful things a starfish can do is regenerate their own arms. This attribute can be used in a variety of ways. Arms can be amputated or lost when a starfish comes into contact with a predator, or they can be lost to hide or escape from one. With no brain or blood, it appears irrational to believe that starfish can survive in the depths of the vast ocean. However, they find a very clever and simple way to get around it. Number 2. Jellyfish. When we think of dangerous animals, a bag of water without a brain may not immediately come to mind. But if they hear jellyfish, they'll stand like meerkats because jellies can pack a powerful punch. Jellyfish are a tangled web of contradictions. They're both beautiful and dangerous. We take a look at their squishy superpowers before summer ends. The stinging nemesis of jellyfish are like that of horror movie maniacs who won't go away. A detached tentacle or even a dead jelly can sting you. If you eat a squid that ate jelly but didn't fully digest it, the jelly may also sting you. Number 1. Snails. Scientists in Japan recently discovered that 2 species of sea slugs could pop off their heads and regrow their entire bodies from the head down. This incredible feat of regeneration can be accomplished in just a few weeks and is completely mind-boggling. When arms, legs, or tails are lost to predators and must be regrown, most cases of animal regeneration, replacing damaged or lost body parts with an identical replacement, occurs. These sea slugs, which are members of the Sacoglassans group, can take it a step further by regrowing an entirely new body from just their heads, which they appear to be able to detach from their original bodies on purpose. That's all for today. Please leave a like and share the video with your friends and family. See you soon.